Rosita Bugden is a proud, first-generation Canadian of Spanish descent. Her parents met on Canadian soil, fell in love, and were married for the rest of their lives. She has her own love story, having met her best friend Paul and marrying him 1 year later. They had a son together, and the love in this family was obvious to anyone who met them. Paul passed away a few years ago, and although Rosita is an intensely private woman, she trusted us enough to share her story of culture, family, love, and loss. Hi, Rose.
Hey, Lorna. How are ya?
I'm really good. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome. Coffee's on.
Oh, I'm all over that.
All right.
Clothes Sup and Personal is a ladies' consignment boutique that specializes in clothing sizes of 12 and over. We also carry shoes, purses, and accessories in all sizes, with over 1,000 items arriving weekly.
Rose, I got my coffee, and now you're gonna show us how to make paella.
It's paella, Lorna.
Paella.
Pa.
E.
Ya.
Ya. Paella.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it.
No, thank you.
Holy.
Give me 5. Now, you had mentioned something to me that not all paella is the same.
No, it isn't.
So what's the difference?
Well, different regions of Spain do it differently.
Okay.
Where Valencia, which is the one that I will be making, mainly contains just chicken.
Okay.
The one that they make in Barcelona might have more seafood in it.
Okay.
And less chicken. And then other regions, people put anything they want in it, really.
But it is traditionally Spanish.
Yes, very.
Your mom, when she came over from Spain, what did she bring with her?
She brought a paella pan, which is handmade.
Wow.
Hammered by hand.
Is that what that is? That's actually hand hammered?
Yes.
So
She brought it over when she came to Canada.
She came to a new country and
Yeah.
she brought her paella pan.
Yes, she did.
So that's how actually integral this is to your culture.
Yes.
That's amazing. What ingredients does this have?
Well, this one's quite simple. It doesn't contain very much. There's the water.
Right.
You've got tomatoes. I use these broad beans. They're called butter beans.
Okay.
There's a bit of rosemary, there's paprika, some salt, olive oil, rice, green beans, and of course the chicken. And then this.
What was that?
This is like it's almost like a turmeric.
Okay.
But it gives the rice a color. It's not white.
Okay.
It'll be like a yellowish color. It's like a ground up saffron.
Okay, and it's called what?
Picadilla.
Picadilla.
Yeah.
I'm getting pretty good Lorna Espanol.
A little bit. If I can get this lit.
And what is this unit called, Rose?
This is a paellero.
A
Paellero.
paellero.
Yes.
Okay,
This was
and-
handmade by a friend of my parents for my mom.
And is this common for outdoor paella gatherings?
Yes, or they cook it over like a fire pit.
When you were growing up, was the paella a common part of your growing up?
Yes, it was.
And
my
what-
mom used to make it for special gatherings or just friends when they'd come over to visit.
Jameswood Homes will work with clients taking personal design ideas from paper into the real world. Jameswood Homes for new construction and renovations.
That is one big pan.
It is. Olive oil. Just a little bit of salt so it doesn't burn.
When you go back to Spain, Rose, does your family make paella?
Oh yeah, every Sunday they make a paella. That's a tradition there.
When you go back to Spain, does it feel like you're also going home?
Yes, much.
Yeah?
Very much.
And you've got a lot of relatives there? Few?
I have one uncle that's left in Spain, and then all the cousins from the others, and then their kids, and their kids. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's one big family.
So it's not often dinner's made for me in a garage.
Yeah, I know.
And so why is that? Is that a wind factor?
Yes. It's,
Okay.
If it's too windy outside, the pilot lights blow out, and then you can't control the boiling of the paella, like the
Okay.
water. So we've devised the plan of always cooking it in the garage. I mean, if I was out camping, I would create a wind block with tarps or whatever to block the wind. But
Yeah.
this works.
This makes sense. Well, they do have baby pans though, right?
They do.
Okay.
They do. I actually have one here that I picked up
me
here
see.
in Calgary. So,
Oh, look, and I see Rosie and Lorna.
oh, brother.
Okay, this is really cute.
It is. It says it's for six servings, but
I'm thinking two.
I could eat half of that for sure.
Yes, so can I. And you're first generation Canadian.
Yes, I am.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about how that happened?
My dad came to Canada in 1952 or 53
From?
from France.
Okay. But your dad was Spanish?
Yes, my dad was in the Spanish Civil War
Okay.
and in World War II,
Wow.
and that's why he came from France.
Okay.
And he lived in Montreal for many years, and then he heard that there were jobs in Vancouver, so he decided to head to Vancouver. But he stopped in Calgary, and he never left. There were a bunch of Spaniards that were living here, and he met a gentleman, and this gentleman had told him that he had a sister that was living in Spain that was widowed with a son, and he if he wanted my dad to write to her, and my dad said, sure, I'll write to her. And they started writing, and then this gentleman said, well, you know, my sister, I'd like to bring her to Canada, but I don't have the funds enough to bring her and her son. And my father said, well, I'll pay her way. If I like her and she likes me and we get married, she doesn't owe me a dime. But if we don't like each other, then she can pay me whenever she can.
Wow.
So my mom, which wasn't my mom yet,
Right.
came across
With her paella pan.
with her paella pan and her son. Yes.
Okay. And they met, and was it love at first sight?
It was.
Really?
She arrived February 28th, and March 8th, they were married.
Oh, you serious?
And the only reason why they waited so long is because they had to do blood tests. The blood tests had to go to Edmonton and come back to Calgary. So that was the only reason why they waited 8 days.
Well, and how long were they married?
Just about 25 years.
Wow, love at first sight.
Yeah,
So it is real.
yeah, it is.
How much longer till you were born?
5 years into the marriage.
Okay. How many years between you and your brother?
16?
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so they had a built-in babysitter.
Not really.
Okay.
He was in high school, you know,
Okay.
in the 60s.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
You go back to Spain regularly.
I do. I do.
So now you were born in Canada.
I was born here in Calgary. I'm a true blue Calgarian.
And obviously, just like your dad, you've never left. This is actually the house you grew up in, right?
Yes, it is. It
Wow.
is.
So you've lived in one home your
One
entire
home,
life.
my whole life.
That's incredible.
Serena Salon and Spa in Beddington Town Centre, specializing in both men's and women's hair and styling services. Serving Calgarians since 2002. Open 7 days a week.
Rose, this is massive. Hey, Corey, is this how it's normally done?
Yep, that's exactly how it's done.
All right. So where's the plates?
No plates.
No plates.
No plates.
So this is
You
all
eat
for me.
out of the pan. No.
We eat out of the pan.
You eat out of the pan.
It's like my childhood dream. Okay.
So The etiquette is
Okay,
you have your spoon,
right.
and the diameter that your spoon creates, that is your area.
That's
Okay?
okay.
You don't come into mine, you don't go into Corey's. And if you find chicken and you don't want it, it's flicked into the middle of the pan, and whoever wants the chicken can grab it later.
Okay, I like how she assumes it's me who's going to be going into other territories. Okay.
And there's lemon if you want to put a squeeze of lemon on
Sure,
your rice.
I'll try some lemon. Thank you,
Help
Corey.
yourself. So you just squeeze it,
Okay,
right? To eat paella properly,
right.
you grab the rice, oh, it's wobbly, and you squish it against the pan. And that's how it stays on your spoon.
Okay.
Just go back and forth. Yep, there you go. There.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Okay.
But you can eat it however you want. It's up to you.
That's delicious.
That is delicious. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I might be going into your territory.
No, you're not touching it. I'll beat you. There you go. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jade, Director of Humblebee Design and Marketing. Websites don't have to be painful. Our process is simple, sweet, and smooth with a focus on long-lasting relationships. Check us out at humblebeedesign.com.
Well, between the three of us and the crew, we laid waste to that pan.
We did.
So that was supposed to be for 40 people?
According to, yes, the measurements.
And we were, what, 8?
Yeah.
Hey, so these pictures, Rose,
Yeah.
this is your mom. Tell me what this is.
That's my mom making a paella, the same paella that I showed you.
That's the pan?
The pan that she brought back from Spain.
Wow, and who's with her?
That's my brother, Ed.
Okay. These are,
Those are my parents' wedding pictures at the JP.
oh, they're young, handsome couple. What do you think of that one?
They look scared.
I'm not even going to comment on that. I think I'd be scared too if I was getting married, right? Paella is actually the pan and not the meal,
Right.
right? And you were saying that your mom brought the pan over.
Yes.
So how did you learn?
By watching her. That's why there's really no recipe that I follow. It's just, I watched my mother make it for so many years that I experimented. And it turned out.
Oh, it sure did.
Because I know she would never let me touch her pan.
Okay. Well, she brought it all the way from Spain.
Exactly. Exactly.
And do you think that's how it's been passed down? Is that a cultural thing you learn?
From your grandparents, and then they learn from their parents, and they go on and on. I'm assuming that's the way it is, because I've seen my aunt make it, and now my cousin makes it, and you know. And Corey, I hope, will learn how to make a paella
Eventually.
eventually.
So your parents were in love, and a whirlwind romance that stood the test of time.
Yes,
And you grew up in this home.
I did.
So why don't you tell me about the beginning of your own love story?
I met my husband through a good friend. Sorry. But, yeah, he was everything. I'm sorry.
There's no need to be sorry.
He was the best man at a wedding, and I was the maid of honor, and that's how we met.
How old were you when you met Paul?
24 years old.
And was he your age or older?
Younger. He called me, and in September, this was in July, August, and in September we started seeing each other. Not seriously, just hanging out, and yeah, we were married within a year.
A whirlwind romance.
Yeah, almost like my parents, not as short.
Not a And how long were you married?
We were married for 25 years, almost 26.
And Corey's your only son, I know.
My only son, yes.
And a beautiful son.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But it's just true. I mean, look at him. Wow. So, and Paul was your best friend.
Yes, he was.
And would you mind talking maybe a little about why Paul's not at the table today?
Paul passed away 3 years ago. So, due to pancreatic cancer. So, yeah, it was a shock. But, you know, we have to go on. He would want us to.
Paul was a beautiful man. I didn't know him long, but he left an impression on my heart.
Mm-hmm.
I feel better for having met him and known him.
Chinook Driving Academy teaches new drivers to drive defensively and safely. This includes proper visual habits, time and space management, and collision avoidance techniques. Serving Calgary and area since 1958.
Learn Spanish?
Yes, he did actually. He was more fluent than he showed. When we went to Spain, he would take off with my cousins and they would get along. So he understood more than I knew. He understood.
That's kind of a little dangerous in a marriage. Yeah. You better be careful beaking off on the phone, right? So Corey, so obviously you know mom's Spanish, dad's Albertan. Canadian, sorry.
He's not Albertan.
Sorry, dad's Canadian. Do you find the Spanish resonates with you as well?
Of course.
And do you speak Spanish?
Nope.
Do you understand Spanish?
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat my dad was.
Okay.
I can pick up words and I can understand it. If I'm in the environment, I can have slow conversations with people. But yeah, I pick it up.
So when you go back to Spain, does it, I know when I've gone back to where my parents were from, even though I never lived there, I feel some type of inner soul connection. Do you feel that in your heart when you're...
Yeah, in Cheste, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where you're from?
That's where my mom was born, in Cheste.
Okay.
But even when he was little and we went when he was 18 months old, his attitude and his way he acted would change. As soon as we got to Cheste, he was a different kid. Like, it was like he was home. Cheste is a small town, not that small anymore, but it's, I don't know how to explain it. I just feel at home there when I'm in Cheste.
That's deep roots.
Yep.
Yeah.
But beautiful that you're Canadian born.
Yes.
Calgary born.
Calgary born.
Same
and bred.
house your whole life.
Whole life.
With your son in the house that you were raised
Yeah.
in.
He's gone to every school I went to, same schools.
Really?
Everything, yeah. So,
That's beautiful.
yeah.
It's a multi-generational love story.
Yeah, and hopefully he'll raise his kids in this house.
That's beautiful.
No?
Did he shake his head? Was that us? So Corey, you've got some spectacular ink, but I see that you've got some writing. Why don't you and your mom tell me about that?
I'll read it since Corey's Spanish is Canadianized.
Okay.
It says, Siempre te amaré, which means I will always love you.
And there's numbers underneath it.
There is. 1917 is the year my father was born, and 1962 is the year Paul was born.
So this is in honor of two men that you love very much.
Yeah.
I love that it's their birth year.
Yeah.
And only their birth year.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's a beautiful homage.
One day, long time from now, I'll be on the other side.
One day, a long time from now, we'll all be on the other side. And what a party that'll be.
Yeah. Scary.
One of the greatest ways we can honor those we have lost is by keeping them alive in our hearts and remembering them. Refusing to shut the door on memories because the loss is too great. Spending time with Rosita and Corey today I felt the presence of those who have gone on before them, felt the love that had been in their home through 2 generations and resides there still. It takes a profound courage to keep those we love alive in our memories, but deep love demands such courage.